New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
Welcome to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Your hosts are two girls who believe that life is awesome, that laughter heals, and that it's possible to find deep spiritual insights in everyday experience.
Here come the girls. It's more than practical. Here come the girls. Way more than merely factual. If you want to know the secrets of a life that's free, listen to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Listen to Girls Behaving Metaphysically.
Hello. Hello. Maybe metaphysically. How are you?
I'm good at work, but taking my hour out for our metaphysical time together.
That's so good, especially in this world where there is no time and space to make the time and space. Look, you're so tall though over there. I'm so short.
Am I? I keep trying to get this camera angle right, but I don't know. My camera's like over there, but this is the middle and I'm over it.
All right. Well,
how have you been since I've seen you last?
I'm good. And let's talk about that in 1 second. Let's just tell them who we are. Tell them who you are.
Who am I? I am a spirit having a human journey. And most days that is so wonderful. And some days it really sucks. And yet somehow it's still freaking wonderful. But anyways, my name is Dr. Natasha Wilson, and I am a psychotherapist, a clinical social worker, cultural anthropologist, an all-around beautiful soul.
Yes, she is.
She
is that I can attest to. And I am Robyn Rice Olmsted, and I agree. I approve her message. So,
Robyn, you're looking really good. Did you do something different to your hair?
Yeah, I brushed it.
I approve. Whatever you did.
It's a girl thing. I got a haircut, so they blow dried it, and
I'm noticing it looks nice.
Thanks.
Looks nice, chica.
Excelente. Well, okay, so if you're joining us for the first time, here's what you should know. We are Girls Behaving Metaphysically, and what that means is we don't buy into anybody's stuff. It's all spiritual, and so it is. And that's just the way we roll. And so we are on opposite sides of the world. I am in New Mexico.
Mm-hmm. And I'm in Queensland, Australia. I'm in Brisbane. Well, actually, I'm not in Brisbane right now. I think I said this last time. So I'm working closer to the Sunshine Coast, but I live closer to Brisbane. So anyways, doesn't even matter. One of the reasons I moved here was for the warmth, for the sun. Queensland is like the sunshine state, but it is freezing.
Really? Well, it's not freezing here. So, and nor is it freezing almost anywhere else in the United States. It's crazy how hot it's been all over the place. Anyway, so we're going to start. What you want to tell them what we do?
Well, what do you mean? What do we do? You just told them. You mean about the card and all that stuff? Our little woo-woo stuff? Okay. So because we operate from the knowingness that spirit is everywhere, omnipresent all the time, in everything, even in the things that we sometimes question. Is the creator in this? Is spirit in this? Is sources in this? Is God in this? We say yes, right? I like to think of source sometimes as just love. And I like to use the metaphor of the ocean as love, and how the ocean, that love, that divine love, can both hold a shark and a dolphin. It's only human ego that says one's good or bad, one's good or dangerous. So we see God as being able to hold it all, and that God is in all. And so that means God's also in the cards. So we pull an oracle card, and once we pull the card, we sort of look at whether or not, I forgot to tell people, please, if you're joining us from any of your social media, please make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you come back and see us regularly. I've only learned my social media is not connected, but I'm going to fix that. So we're going to pull a card, and then we're going to see what the insight of that card is.
Okay,
Robyn,
wait. That's what we do. That's what we do.
Yeah.
But before we do that, I have to tell you the exciting news is that because I'm here in New Mexico, because I also live in California, but I'm in New Mexico with some of my stuff, I found my cards.
Which ones?
Oh, glad that you asked. I have the Artist Way cards.
Okay, so do you want to pull the card from there?
No, I want you to hold on because that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Oh.
The Artist Way cards, the Ancestors Path cards, the Water Crystal Oracle cards. Oops, sorry. The numerology cards. The Power of Now cards.
I like the other one.
The Soulful Woman cards.
Okay, honey, I'm putting these away. Okay.
And the Medicine cards.
Okay.
Right?
Robyn.
So I was so excited. I couldn't stand it. I wanted to tell you yesterday when we were on the phone, I'm like, no, I'm going to save this enthusiasm for this moment because can you believe how many freaking cards I have?
Do you believe I keep this on my desk at work. Okay. So please, can I choose the deck for the first pull?
Of course.
I want the numerology one, please.
Okay.
And
we didn't talk about last week, though. We didn't talk about what we lived into. Oh, wait. I just have to tell you, I also found these.
What?
My little bag of sweary affirmations.
Oh, I have those. I gave those to all my friends, actually.
Oh, maybe that's where I got them.
I don't think because I only gave them to my friends in Australia, and that was like a few years ago.
They're pretty funny.
They are. I think we should pull one of them as well. Just as
I think we should. We're gonna pull a sweary affirmation card right now for our producer extraordinaire, Michael.
Yes, let's do it.
I'm gonna watch you. You tell me when to stop, and I am gonna pull your sweary affirmation card. What you done? Okay, there he is.
Oh, he's magically appeared.
Stop.
He's magically delicious.
Stop. Okay. Hold on. Your sweary affirmation card says, I don't know, Michael. Make up with a friend and have a good bitch. I don't know about that one. Maybe it was this one that I didn't pull because this one was right underneath. I trust in myself because I am a total badass.
Wow.
That was yours.
Well, we might as well tell everyone that I am on Ministers Talking Excrement this week.
Wow.
Ministers Talking Shit this week. Yes, we have a great show. We've already recorded it. So it's Ministers Talking Shit. This coming Friday at 7:00 Mountain Time.
Okay. Yeah. And he will put the streaming in the thing.
Okay. This
We
is
are
girls
speaking.
behaving metaphysically. So
This
I'm going to leave.
is.
All right.
Okay, total badass.
But look,
All right.
that card is a girl's card, metaphysical girls being metaphysical, because we are spiritual badasses.
Badasses.
How
That's
we
right.
talk
You
about
are.
ourselves.
You
That's
are.
right.
We are.
Yes. All right. Bye.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'm shuffling the numerology deck.
Awesome.
Can you believe it? And then what was funny about it was yesterday or today, they all blend together. Like I got a text from Hay House going, join our monthly card club where they're sending out different decks every month. I was like, I do not need that.
Need a new deck. I know that's right.
All right, you tell me when.
Okay, I'm just adjusting this. Okay. When?
Did you say damn?
I said when.
Oh, okay. When? All right. Intuition.
Number 22. Ooh, number 22. Okay, does it come with the little guidebook? Because I'm just going to say, I've been seeing number 22 a lot lately, so I would really love to have a little bit more insight on what that means.
Double numbers are good. 22 is one of my favorite numbers, though. Let's see, 22. I'm going to suggest they put this book in better order. Okay, 22, intuition. This card encourages you to trust your inner guidance and to embrace the intuitive wisdom that resides within your soul. By drawing the card, you are being urged to honor your sensitivity at all times and to prioritize your promotions? No. Okay, hell. I gotta find glasses. I don't wear them, but I guess I need to now. All right. Prioritize your motion. I don't even know how to do it with my glasses.
Did you have a cocktail?
I didn't. Maybe I should have. Premonitions. What? What does that mean? Oh, your premonitions. Hello. Okay.
What did you say, Robyn? Premonitions.
I know. Well, because it's on two separate lines. And I really should drink before this show. I really just should make
You have to, because I can't. You got to do it for me.
Damn. Okay. To your premonitions and your hunches above practicality and logic. This isn't a time to be influenced by others' opinions or to betray your inner guidance in order to fit in. Instead, you must trust your intuition, for it will never let you down. You are now being encouraged to spend quiet time alone. Nature and the outdoors will enhance your connections to Source and align your soul with Mother Earth. Likewise, regular prayer, meditation, listening to beautiful music, mindful breathing, blah, 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 all in blah, blah, blah. In order to improve your current situation, you are being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of life. Cycles that are encouraging you to trust your inner guidance. When you're indecisive and unsure, always go within, for your intuition knows the path that serves your greater good. When you trust in yourself and your connection to the divine, you will synchronistically be led to where you need to be. And the affirmation is, my intuition leads me to where I need to be. Yeah. That is a good lesson.
I'm literally writing the last line down, or the sort of core message. My intuition leads me to where I need to be.
But don't you think? I think it's a lifelong. I mean, maybe not for everybody, but I think it. For most earthlings, it's a lifelong journey to really trust that you know that you know. Right?
No, say more about when you know.
I think that it's a challenge to trust that you really know, like when you're making decisions, because I think people tend to second guess themselves, and then all kinds of factors come into play about, is it right, or what are they going to think, or how is it going to go, or what if it doesn't go the way I think it should go. All of those things come in, as opposed to, I don't know about you, but when I trust my premonitions or my hunches or listen to that still small voice within, I tend to just act on it. If I think about it, it becomes a different thing. And plenty of times when I'm acting on it, I'm thinking, what the hell are you doing? Why?
Yeah.
Because I don't always understand, but I think that I still listen like that. What about you?
Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like I'm in an interesting stage of my life in general, where I am not just learning to trust what I know, like what I know here, what I know here. I'm also learning to trust what I don't know, or what I think I don't know, and I'm really into heart-based meditation, there's mindfulness, and then I think that there's mindfulness and there's heartfulness. And so I think there's something about heartfulness that allows us to sort of trust in things that are bigger than the human ego. And to me, that has been challenging notions of what it is I think I know. So I'm trusting more and more what this thing doesn't know, but what this thing knows.
And I think on one level, that's what I was saying, because I think that's what happens is that voice comes in that goes, well, you don't know that, or, how do you know that? Or, and so it's like when we can move into that space of, it's almost like having a baby, having a kid. It's like when you can just calm the baby, when you can just be like, I got this, and move on. So can you think of any situations in your life where you've followed your premonition, like something, that was really...
I don't think I get lots of premonitions. I can't think of any time I've actually had a premonition. I've had lots of experiences, I guess, of like deja vu. But in terms of my intuition, yeah, I do. My intuition actually has a physical component to it. So I just noticed that I put my bag on the examining table. I should probably move that eventually, huh? But no, I feel there's a physical component to my intuition. So I literally feel like on my arms, I feel these chills when something is like an intuitive hit. But then I also feel a lightness. I used to carry like a pit in my stomach a lot. But when my intuition, I feel like it's being tapped, I feel a lightness like just in my core. So for me, my intuition has a physical component to it that I only come to know within the last few years. I've always thought of intuition as just this thing that happens in the mind or this mental thing. But for me, it's become a very, very embodied thing. Yeah. Yeah. And then when I do some heartfulness around an intuitive hit, I do like a heart-based, quote unquote, meditation, then that's how I hear the still small voice, and I'm like, yeah, this is an intuitive hit from whatever that is that's greater than the small I. And it's really a nice feeling, actually. Do you have a physical component to your intuition?
I don't. I don't. I wish I did, because a lot of times, like, I think my intuitions are premonitions, but I don't
Okay.
think of it like that. I don't get it like, oh, this is going to happen. It's not like a clear signal. It's like all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, I thought about that happening. So I wish that I had like some alarm that made me go, now I know. But I don't. It's not physical. So I want to share that the dictionary definition of intuition, the ability to understand something immediately without the need for conscious reasoning. We shall allow our intuition to guide us. Which is kind of, I don't know. To me, it seems like oh, it seems more serious.
But I like it. I really like it, because that's what I was saying. Like, so for me, my intuition isn't so much like telling me that I like know a thing. It's telling me that I'm in alignment, or that my path is in alignment with the call of my soul. That's what intuition feels like for me. And I get it a lot when I'm at work, when I'm working with other people. And I always say what I do for work is both a science and an art. And intuition is where those two places meet. And so because it has that physical component to it, it just lets me know, like, oh yeah, this is in alignment. This is in path with the either the soul of the person I'm working with, or with my own soul in some way, or both, or all of it. Yeah. I like it. Doesn't sound scary to me. It sounds, or serious. It sounds right on.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, but to me, yes, and it's a yes and, because it's like, I don't know. Intuition is kind of woo-fied, It's like, ooh, go into your intuition, and it doesn't. To me, that doesn't seem so serious. But like when that definition was like, without questioning, I was like, I don't know, because I actually question my intuition all the time. I question God all the time. I am God questioner. And I do, a lot of times when I'm praying, almost all the time, I question God, because I'll be praying, and if I'm praying out loud, especially, or praying with a client, my brain tells my mouth to say something that I go, I would never say. Why would I say that? And then I have to have this conversation with God, like, why am I saying that? Just say it. Why am I saying? Because I said so. Why? Okay. It goes like that. It's very interesting in my head. It's very busy, but like, is that questioning intuition, or is that? I don't think so. I don't know that I'm questioning as much as I feel like I'm just leaning in on my partnership.
You mean your co-creative relationship with the divine?
Right.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah.
Huh?
I said, yeah, that one, that partnership.
That one. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. I mean, I do. I think intuition is a really interesting topic.
It is. There's this. I remember when I was an editor for an academic journal. I remember reading this really great article that we entered into the journal, but it was about using your intuition in the process of research, and because intuition has for so long seemed somehow outside of the realm of I guess what's measurable, and yet some of the best research happens when people's intuition helps them come into alignment with what they're quote unquote looking at. And it really looks, the article is really great because it just talked about the value of intuition and like how it's really something that is special within our species, our intuition. Because intuition is not the same as instinct, because a lot of other like creatures or animals have instinct, but we have intuition. And intuition is something that needs to be cultivated. And unfortunately, our intuition is often co-opted in the service of fear or the service of trauma. If we have a lot of trauma, then our intuition gets hijacked in the service of that. And when it's cultivated for the service of our higher good or what we're here to do on the planet, it really is, it's a beautiful path of like knowing and alignment. So it's not just a woo-woo thing. There's some actual beautiful research on intuition.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and many people probably think, oh yeah, I don't have a lot of intuition.
We all do.
We all do, and I mean, I think that we can liken it also to a gut feeling. I just had this gut feeling, or the times we find ourselves saying, I don't know, something just told me. Something just told me to go right instead of going left. I mean, because I think that there's a lot of things like that we, tend to ignore and to put into other ways. It's like I remember one time listening to Michael Beckwith, and he was like, something told you. What do you think that something was? And it just makes sense to me. It was like, oh yeah, what could that be? So
I don't know. I just like the notion that what used to be seen as woo-woo is something that actually is quite useful and useful in other realms. And to a certain degree, it is a bit measurable. I personally really like that.
Well, yeah, I think that the more, and I think this is what's been happening over the last, 20, 40, 60, 80 years, is that, the things that 20 years ago would have seemed woo-woo and out there and odd, like now are becoming more the norm. We're finding them to be more of a tool. We're able to say, to use it in, clinical and more serious circumstances. About our intuition and our feelings and, what's next. So I think, sometimes we think nothing's happening, nothing's changing. But if you go back, 20 years ago, this wouldn't have been the norm.
Yeah.
Two girls talking about cards.
Yeah, or intuition, and intuition being something that's super valuable. And just for anyone who's interested out there, check out the work around heart-brain coherence, looking at how the heart can bring the brain into coherence and in turn bring the nervous system in alignment, and how when that happens, we are way more likely to be using our intuition in the service of alignment, because we all have intuition. I think the thing is, most of us experience intuition is that it's used in the service of our fear, and it's been hijacked often in our lives by trauma. That's why I say we all have it. We all have it. So just a little note, if people are interested in the science of it, look into the work around heart-brain coherence and intuition. You'll probably be very happy. I think we're kind of overdue for a break, Miss Robyn. What do you think?
Okay. I think a break is good. So
yeah,
don't go away. Just take a break with us. And
I gotta pee. Yeah, I need to pee.
Okay, good announcement. All right, come right back here and join us on New Thought Media Network.
All right, peace and blessings.
Please help us say thank you to our organizational sponsors, including the Hefferland Foundation, Affiliated New Thought Network, International New Thought Alliance, Science of Mind Archives and Library Foundation, Center for Spiritual Living Denver, Center for Spiritual Living Midtown, New Thought Philadelphia, Planned Happiness Institute, Summit Center for Spiritual Living, One Heart Retreats, Center for Spiritual Living on the Lake, Unity Kitchener, Unity Spiritual Center Ottawa, Om Center for Spiritual Living, Satya Center, Begin Within Ministries, Center for Spiritual Living North Jersey, Unity of Savannah, and the Center for Spiritual Living Seattle, as well as all of our individual donors. Thank you for being part of the New Thought Media Network. Please like, share, and subscribe. New Thought Media Network, positively inspiring.
Welcome to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Your hosts are two girls who believe that life is awesome, that laughter heals, and that it's possible to find deep spiritual insights in everyday experience.
Here come the girls. It's more than practical. Here come the girls. Way more than merely factual. If you want to know the secrets of a life that's free, listen to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Listen to Girls Behaving Metaphysically.
Welcome back to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. I am Robyn Rice Olmsted.
I'm Dr. Natasha Wilson, all the way from Australia.
Which is why if you don't see her mouth moving sometimes the bandwidth is a little bit funky. But it's okay. We're knowing health and wholeness for the bandwidth. So we just finished talking about intuition, and what do you want to do now?
Well, usually we would pull another card and we talk about, well, we get in this process of talking about how that's shown up in our life, but then also how we want to move with it as
throughout
we go
the next week.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Do you want me to do it, or are you good?
I think so. You have all the decks. I only have this one deck with me because, well,
I'm going to go to the, let's see, what's this? I pulled up the crystal deck.
Okay. Oh, that's the one I wanted. I like it.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay. It's not. Okay. Well, we'll just see. I swear all these cards, and I don't know how many I've really looked at. I mean, I'm big on medicine cards, but the rest, I don't know.
Uh-huh.
All right. Tell me, sister, when?
All right. Let's see. Let's get a good shuffle going. I would say when.
Respect.
And does the top say power?
Yes.
Mm.
But the top says power on. Oh no, it doesn't. Not on all of them. Power and respect.
Mm-hmm.
But on some of them. Okay, I'm sorry. How I can't even hear the word respect without wanting to go RESPECT. Break it the song. Respect. Find out what it means to me.
So what does it say in the guidebook?
Oh. Well, let me look, but while I'm looking, you should banter because I can't I don't know how to find it.
Well, I don't know, I'm just thinking about the reason I was asking like why, like if that said power up top, is because I think like all authentic power, and we don't have lots of experience with authentic power in this world, but I think that's changing. I think it is based in respect. Respect for self, respect for the quote unquote other. But yeah, I don't know. And I feel like you can't have love without respect. So I have a lot of thoughts about it, but I'm really curious about what the guidebook says.
Well, it's interesting because the guidebook obviously wants you to do it in a different way. And like it has words of power and different things where it falls into it. I feel like we would need to read the guidebook to really understand the way they want us to look at it.
Okay, well, maybe we don't do that today. I'm wondering, like, is there anything that comes up for you automatically?
Yeah, well, yes. So the respect, here's what I know. It says the respect card falls into the cards of power. And cards of power says it's important that we treat water with respect and that we work with all the energy in a respectful way. If you choose one of the following words of power to amplify or to honor something in your life, be sure to do so in the attitude of humility and gratitude. The vibrational aspect of the word impart physical effects. Choose a card that has meaning for you. It may be something you want to increase in your life or something you want to honor or better understand. So, respect. I think the thing that comes up to me, honestly, is the lack of in the world today. And when I say that, I think about, just how life has changed in terms of like the news, and how, again, 20, 40, whatever years ago, there was a newscaster that came on and did the news and gave you this information. Now, so many channels and so many ways and so many places we get news, and it doesn't seem like news. But it's not so much about the news as it is about the way, to me, as it is about the way that people treat each other and the way that they talk about each other in the news and the way that we use, our descriptions and things like that. So
what do you mean?
I mean that I don't want to get all political, but just different things that people say out there. I think that don't feel particularly respectful to the whole human race.
Well,
go ahead.
No, I was going to say the reason I keep going back to, and when you pulled the card, I was like, oh, what's the word right over it? And it was power. I think that because I'm studying like authentic power. What's authentic power? Because a lot of people don't dabble in experiences or play with authentic power. We're used to power over, or the belief that we can have power over, or we use our power to manipulate things to get what we want. Systems manipulate power to get outcomes that they want. And I think when you said like not to get political, I think so the word political itself means the movement of power. So that's all politics is. It's the movement and manipulation of power, but within systems, and this, in our case, governmental systems. So it's really hard to not look at what's happening in the news from a political perspective. And we can see, because of the lack of respect, we're not looking at examples of authentic power, because authentic power is not about power over. Authentic power is about when one's actions are in alignment with the purpose of their soul.
Right.
Yeah. And so when our actions are in alignment with the purpose of our soul, we are in authentic power. But what we see on the new, and we are in respect. It's a natural process, because you can't be in authentic power without love. And when there's love, there's no place for respect. When there's love, there's no place for disrespect.
Right.
And so what we see is a world of people not in alignment with authentic power. And so what we see is lots of disrespect, because it's the type of power that wants to have power over. So that makes sense to me, what you're saying. And I do like to get political, because I think you can't help but get political.
Yeah, I didn't really mean political as much as I meant. I didn't want to call anybody out right now. I just didn't want to start that conversation. However, I will say that even in that conversation, there's nobody that's right in my mind. I mean, there's nobody. It's not like I see, one party as, oh, look how kind and respectful they are. No, I mean, everybody, does exactly what you just said, pulls the punches and manipulates their power however they need to.
Yeah, you're talking about political parties within governments. That's what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah. And you're saying you don't see anyone right within those political parties within government. Is that what you're saying?
I didn't say right, but yeah, I don't see anyone as being necessarily exempt from the respect factor. I don't think that, anyone can, I mean, it's the nature of the beast that people aren't respectful because they're trying to discredit their opponents.
Yeah. That's not authentic power. And again, when we are not in authentic power, disrespect comes along with it. How can you be respectful while trying to manipulate or have power over? Which is what each of the political parties, or all of the although in the U.S. we basically only have a two-party political system in our government. But yeah, I did hear you say I don't think any of the parties are right. I heard you say that earlier, and I just was like, I agree. Yeah, I agree. One's just less horrible than the degrees of traditional power over. They're just within degrees of each other. Yeah.
So I just want to. So in this group of power words, I'm going to read you the power group.
Yeah.
There's prosperity. There's hope. There's love. Love and thanks. There's thank you. There's prayer. There's spirit. There's honesty. There's peace. There's eternity. There's respect. And there's confidence. And there's attitude of gratitude.
Yep. That makes sense. To me, that's what's necessary for authentic power, which is not what we see. We don't see authentic power when we look at the news. We see a system that really is obsolete, to be perfectly honest. People say it's the system is broken. No, it's not. The system's just obsolete, because we're all wanting, most of us who are making the choice to have an awakened heart, we want to experience a world that is based on authentic power. This power over, it's just obsolete. We're being called to move beyond that and to create new systems that are based in heartfulness, not just mindfulness, heartfulness, love, authentic power.
So what do you do when you find yourself out of alignment with that? How do you find your way back to that place of authentic power, authentic love?
When I'm out of alignment with that, what's that?
with anything other than that peaceful, powerfulness. I mean, we, again, using politics as the example, we all, I find my thoughts not particularly in tune with what I would like them to be. I do have to remind myself every now and then that, everybody is a child of God, and take myself through the drill of remembering those things. So like what, but do you get caught up in, in those moments? Well, I know you do.
Yeah, we do. I think that's why we have a practice. I think that's why spiritual practice really matters. Because I think, again, coming into alignment with authentic power means we have to be willing to look at those places. Like if I'm looking at something and it's just really rubbing me the wrong way, like I'm getting angry or irritated or whatever, like one of the ways that I'm learning to practice coming back into alignment with the purpose of my soul, which is authentic power, is by looking at what it is that is like getting under my skin, and then looking at, okay, so where is that in me? And looking at where that is in me with the eyes of compassion. There's no perfect way to do it. Yesterday, when I came to work, today's Tuesday. It was Monday when I was coming to, so here it's Wednesday. But Monday when I was driving into work, I was like having, in the past, I would call it a panic attack or something, but it wasn't. I was coming off of a weekend of, because, my nephew killed himself this past November. And he is an American Olympian. He won the Junior Olympics in track for anyways. He's supposed to be in the Olympics. He's supposed to be in Paris. And so I spent all weekend avoiding anything that had to do with the Olympics, which was very, very, very hard. And so I think after spending all weekend trying to avoid it, on my drive to work, I just started breaking down. And I realized that being able to be gentle with myself in that breaking down process, because I was really angry. People like called me over the weekend. Nobody's asking how I'm doing. How's my family doing? They knew my nephew was supposed to be in the Olympics. Like I had all those thoughts going on, and all of those thoughts was moving me out of authentic power. What I needed to do was grieve, and I needed to look inside of myself at the places where I forget to check in on people too, and not beat myself up, but have some grace. And in that way, I find I was able to begin to move back into authentic power, and a lot faster than I ever would in the past. A lot faster. So to answer your question, I look at where the stuff that like gets under my skin still lives in me. And then I try my best. I do what I can to love on it, or to hand it over with love to that which is all love. Right. My home. Yeah. And I don't do it perfect.
Yeah, and you do.
And I do.
Yeah.
Perfectly imperfect.
So, I think that's a great lesson and a great thing to take into the week. I don't know if you want to pull another card or not, but you said grace. And I think grace is a component that we sometimes forget, because to me, it's a little different than like ease and flow and all those nice words. Grace, though, like, I don't know, it makes me breathe. It really makes me go, kind of floating like an angel.
Yeah.
And I think, I was just going to say, I think if we could allow ourselves those spaces of grace, especially amidst the craziness of the world.
Yeah, it seems like craziness. It's just a system that's just obsolete. It's a system that's sort of like on its last leg, and we are being called to birth something that I think is necessary for our spiritual evolution. I think we are being called to higher states of consciousness right now. So there's a part of me that I don't know. I don't feel a lot of fear around what's happening. I don't feel a lot of anxiety. I feel like we have to create new things, but we can't create anything new in this world if we create it with the same heart that created what existed. Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think for me, I think there is an element of, madness and mystical. Gil and I do a workshop, my husband, workshop called The Magic, the Mystical, and the Madness. And I think that all of those things are true, and yes, I totally agree that there are, reasons and seasons and things that are happening beyond possibly our understanding, and I don't know. When you look at the world, when I look at the world, like from the overview, yes, I can see like this beautiful, component pre-planned thing where madness doesn't exist. But like, if you look at the TV or you open a newspaper, they still have those, right?
I don't know. As you were saying it, I was like, I don't look at the TV, and I don't remember the last time I opened a newspaper. But somehow,
or even if you get your headlines on your computer, however we get news these days, because even though I don't do that either, I don't look at any of those things. I don't avoid the news. It all comes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And so that in and of itself is a little crazy, that we can't even avoid the news if we want to.
Yeah, well, I don't think we need to. I don't think we need to avoid the news. I think we need to question what we see, and I think we need to question what it is we believe we're seeing. And like I said, I believe what we're seeing is a system that is obsolete. It doesn't work anymore. It just doesn't work. All of the systems, as uncomfortable as that might make us, because some of us that's all we know are all of these systems we've lived with. But the children being born now, I don't know. They're of another age. They really are. They're of another age. I feel like there's so much I can go into on that, but I'm not going to. But
that's a whole different show.
It really is. But I'm serious. Like, I'm only I'm almost 50. But just even like thinking about when I was a child and I look at my daughters, and it's just like the stuff that used to be like a thing, like socially, politically, it's just not a thing for them. And they don't even, like I said, I would love we need to do a whole nother show on that, because they are evidence that we are birthing something new onto the planet, because these old systems are just obsolete. They ain't working no more. There is no further upgrade.
All right. Well, there you have it. There you have it. I want to end on what you were talking about, the news, because what I really like is what Dr. Beckwith says, which is the news is just a request for prayer.
Prayer request, absolutely. And the prayer request for me is a movement in consciousness. That is what it means to me. I look at the news and I feel like it is a prayer request, meaning it is calling for a move in consciousness. And that's what we're being called to, because the old systems are no longer upgradable.
We got it. We got we know where you stand on that. So take that out into your week, and just watch where old systems come up for you, and what's your power play on that. So we'll be back with you.
Wait, Robyn, wait. As a part of birthing the new system, I'm wearing vegan leather pants today.
Nice.
They're nice.
You know, what can I say? Our producer's rolling his eyes, but we're girls. What can we do?
Yeah.
There's things that are important. So
That's right.
next week, we are not going to be here with you, but there will be some fantastic show that comes on that you can catch up with Girls Behaving Metaphysically on, because I'm going out of town and Natasha is having life happen. And so we'll be back.
No, my baby is having surgery.
I got it. That's life happening.
That is.
And so we will be back, but we will be back the week after that. So just stay with us and take it out into your week.
That's right.
To go with the flow. Just allow grace to be your guide.
Power and respect.
Yes. All right, everybody. We'll see you in a week. Bye.
Peace and blessings.
New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.